What's up YouTube? We're back for another how-to. This how-to is gonna be a little bit different. How to pack 2 bikes and all your equipment for a race weekend in 2 oversized golf bags. So here we go. All right, so first off, I'm super OCD about packing or anything I do in life. So I made sure to lay out everything I need for this weekend. And as I say that, my clip shoes aren't here. See, that's why I lay that out. We're gonna go through the checklist together and make sure I have everything I need because Crankworx Rotorua starts in just a couple of days. So when I'm packing up my mental checklist, I like to start from my feet and work my way up to my head for stuff I wear. So we're gonna be doing so many different events, pump track, dual slalom, speed and style, air downhill. So some events I'm gonna be clipping in and some events I'm gonna be doing tricks. My Afton flat pedal shoes and my Afton clip pedal shoes. So we got those, check. Next we're gonna go with protection. So past the shoes, socks are obviously gonna be packed in with my clothes. My ankle guards for catching tail whips. My ankle braces that go around these. I'm like RoboCop under my pants from the waist down when I compete. Shin guards, because I wear the Fly Racing knee and half shins. So they don't cover the full shin, but perfect for enduro riding. So I wear these on the mountain bike. When I do freestyle, I put on a extra shin pad on the bottom. So we got knee pads. We got, oh, we actually forgot one. See, that's how I have a checklist. I have these like moto socks that Fly Racing makes. They're long socks that come all the way up my thighs. That way my pads are actually sit on top of this sock instead of actually straight on my skin when if they rub rashes or whatever. And I also wear like compression padded underwear, so like hip pads. So that's extra protection. We got my elbow pads, a set of red gloves, we got a set of gray gloves, we got a set of white gloves, and we got 2 sets of black gloves. We got my Fly Formula helmet, goggles. All right, protection seems to be checked away. I got my race pants. So what I do with my race pants, instead of, the whole idea here is to pack the bikes in 2 bags and have as minimal luggage as possible. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a full bike, I'm gonna take 2 full bikes and put them in 1 bag, and then all the wheels will actually go in the other bag, so you'll have 2 bags, 2 different bikes. My tools go into a little, it's actually an old Oakley goggle case bag. I put all my tools in there, it's lightweight. We keep all the tools to the bare minimum, so we wanna just take the tools we absolutely need. Yeah, I like to pack bare minimum, just what I need from my bike to make sure my bike has all the tooling needed. Tires. We got my hardtail set up right now. It's got my pump track tires set up, but just in case, I'm gonna bring a DTH. I'm gonna bring, my slalom bike has a Maxxis icon in the front and a Maxxis pace in the rear. This is for riding the BMX track and a good hard pack surface, nothing too loose. I'm actually gonna take a Minion DHF for the front, just in case the slalom track gets a little loose or the speed and style course as well. I'm gonna take an extra Maxxis icon for the dirt jumper, just in case I want a little bigger tire in the front, and another Maxxis Minion DHF, and this actually goes in the rear. So yeah, to save weight, I'm actually gonna take my race pants and use these as protection to wrap around the bikes instead of having to pack a bunch of stuff. I don't actually need like extra foam. You gotta think that's extra weight going in your bag, and we gotta keep each bag under 50 pounds to hopefully fly for free. So see how that goes. All right, if you're gonna be in New Zealand, we got some ODI giveaways. We're gonna do some giveaways while we're out there. We got stickers, we got grips, we got some t-shirts under there. Yeah, so watch out for that. A few social media giveaways on my channel, Barry Nobles 95, and ODI Grips channel, which is at ODI Grips. All right, we gotta take these bikes apart. I'm gonna take them apart and lay them next to each other. We're gonna organize this and see how it all gets laid out. All right, we got everything taken apart. So if you notice on my hardtail, I don't run front brakes, but I always keep a rotor on there. So I do that for 2 reasons. One, I have a spare set of front brakes right here in case I need to put front brakes on this bike. I obviously don't run gears or front brakes on my hardtail normally because I just don't need it. I like to ride the slope bike, and honestly, riding a hardtail is almost too much like riding BMX to me. Even like speed and style, if it's a course that's real pump tracky and real pedally, it's not so much dual slalom. It might be faster on the hardtail. I've always ridden a hardtail. Ever since I got this Haro Thread 2 slope bike, like, I want to ride a mountain bike, you know? Like, I love my hardtail, don't get me wrong. I love riding dirt jumps on it, but when I'm at a mountain bike event, I want to make it feel like I'm on a mountain bike. I want to have some gears, I want to have suspension, and so I'm going to test that theory in Rotorua this week, and I'm going to ride the slope bike in speed and style, even though it's a little smoother BMX style track, but we'll see how it goes. But anyways, so yeah, I keep the front rotor on in case I need to put a front brake on my hardtail, because my hardtail is my pump track bike, and sometimes having a front brake just makes it a little easier to get out of the start, because we have to take our chains off and we're rolling out of the start. So it's real easy to like autopilot and try to do the BMX gate and actually roll backwards. So sometimes I put a front and rear brake on just to have that little push against my wheels to only go forward. And if something happens on one of these bikes, I can just pull the front wheel off the other bike and switch it right on, and I don't have to worry about putting a rotor on. So yeah. So when we take our forks off, make sure you always put your bearings, your washers, and your stem caps back on, because you don't want any loose bolts anywhere. Whatever you take off your bike, make sure you put it back on. Like my axles, for example, I snug those up. All my axles are back on. My derailleur, notice how it's loose. I take the derailleur off the hanger. When you fly, they don't handle your bikes like it's their own. So you don't want something to land on your bike and like land on your bike bag and hit your derailleur and snap your hanger off. You get to the other side of the world and you don't have a hanger. In my case, this is a one-off hanger for this slow bike. They haven't had these hangers in production yet. We're testing it to make sure this bike works with gears, which is amazing, but I only have one set, so I can't afford to break that when I get to New Zealand and can't find another one in the entire country. Make sure you don't lose these little washers, especially if you have these SRAM mountain bike cranks or any other mountain bike cranks that have washers on the inside. But obviously don't need 2 sets of flats. I probably would be good to have a spare, but I'm actually gonna take these. I'm gonna leave these here because that's extra weight we don't need. Here's my extra front brake. On my hardtail, I run a Shadow Conspiracy half-link chain. So to take that off for pump track, I need to make sure I have that tool. So I'm bringing that because this tool isn't the same as most like Park Tools chain removers. Brake levers, I like to take those off. I'll leave the perch on the bar, but I like to take those off because at the same time, with all the force going through, when their bag's in the airplane, there's luggage on top of the luggage, you don't want to have a brake lever come up broke as well. So we got this bike apart. Let's start throwing it in the bag. 2 bags. You saw it. There's 2 bikes in there, minus the wheels. So what I did was, this is actually a fork. So I took my race pants and I put my forks in each leg of a race pant. So then that way I'm using my pants to protect that fork, so I'm not putting in extra material that we don't need. I actually forgot I had this like suitcase thing. It's just like a blanket sewed together. That's around the slope bike. And you remember, when you pack these, you have all these gaps in between. Don't just go on top of the bike because there's holes in the bike. So fill in all these gaps. So now I still have this huge pocket right here. I'll actually put my casual clothes right there. And yeah, so just fill all your gaps wisely. My clip shoes are actually stuffed in the corner. My clip shoes are actually soled down, and the head tube of my hardtail is actually sitting on top of the shoes, so that's protected. There's padding. I wrapped this up. That's under the head tube of the slope bike, so that's protected. Yeah, all right, we got a few more things to put in, and those will go in the other bag. And voila, here we have it. 2 26-inch bikes. That's a hardtail and a slow bike, and then we got 2 sets of wheels and All in 2 bags. We're gonna weigh it to make sure. We want it to be under 50 pounds. I'm not thinking this is gonna be 50 pounds. What? Ooh, 54. I'm gonna have to lose something. All right. I rearranged a bit, so we're gonna check the weight. What? Oh, 52. Maybe they'll let us slide. Yeah, 48. I'll be able to put something in my carry-on. If you get it, if you weigh it, and it's and your bags come out to like 51, 52, don't be alarmed. Sometimes you'll be surprised how much like clothes and stuff weigh. So sometimes you might be at the airport, be able to pull out a couple clothes, pull out a set of race pants, even though you're using it as protection. Put a set of race pants in your backpack or something, and it'll actually take a lot of weight away. Now we're gonna take these in the little toolbox. We're gonna throw that bag as well. All right. I hope that helps you guys get your bikes packed up and hopefully save some money if you're, especially if you're going overseas. If you're overweight or the bags are too big, then honestly, it's just, they like to get you for anywhere from 150 to 250 bucks. They like to charge you for bags. Like I have that Evoke bag up there, and I try to fly with that thing as little as possible. As good of a bag as it is, just the bag is actually pretty heavy. So when you don't have much room to work when you already have a heavy bag, you gotta save even more weight. So I try to keep it on the oversized golf bags. That seems to work perfect, especially doing 26-inch stuff. It's a little different if you're always on 650Bs or 29ers. It makes it a little harder to do it like this, but there's actually a 27.5 wheel, because my slope bike has a 27.5 or 650B, whatever you want to call it, front wheel on it. So that fits in there good, but I'm sure if I had 4 of them, it'd make it a little tighter. I hope this helped. Hope you guys save some money, and hopefully fly with your bikes for free in the future. Do me a huge favor, make sure you hit subscribe. That's what keeps these videos coming, because I enjoy doing them, and I hope you guys all learn a lot from them. So yeah, I'll see you guys in Rotorua. Thanks for watching.